All right, let's see. For the record, I'm not looking forward to the winter because it looks like I slowly have seen like the gas like creep up. And if you have a vehicle with premium gas, that shit is not for the weak at heart. I'm telling you that right now. Not a fan.
Both of the ones I'm looking at should be regular.
Yeah.
So it'll just be her Benz.
Is that water in that cup?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't drink light, so definitely water.
Oh yeah, I got water too.
You didn't ask me if I had water.
That's Terramana.
Yeah, with the bat, what time it is? I got to make sure I get it right.
Ain't hardly no water. That's Terramana.
Red Stripe, hooray, beer.
You're listening to the Hot Seed Podcast.
The Hot Seed.
Yo. Welcome all. I'm Sean, along with my co-host, Earl.
Yo.
Dave.
Yes, sir.
And you know what it is. We're just dads with mics, gamers with headsets, and a whole lot of unfiltered conversation. And as always, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seed Podcast. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, man, at the Hot Seed Podcast. So you can just keep up with us, watch all of our shows, whether it's this show, football talk, hot takes, or whatever else we decide to do in this media space, man. It's episode 128. Another year, or another day in this case there. Back for you guys one more time. We're a day late and $1 short, kind of, because, my power went out yesterday. That was fun and eventful, always. My daughter enjoyed it. She just had her flashlights and stuff like that. Yeah, we're back at it. One more time for you guys. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Blessed and highly favored.
What? Okay.
Doing good over this way. Everything pretty straight.
Okay. So is anybody else? Well, I'll put it this way: is anybody else walk outside and look at their grass and confused about what the hell is going on? Because I like, no shade on Jada Pinkett Smith, but parts of my yard look like alopecia, and part of that shit looks like full.
Shit.
Wow.
We didn't even get a couple minutes into the show.
I didn't say nothing. I'm looking at my yard. I'm like, man, you were so healthy, and now I'm looking over here and I got like nice green lustrous grass in some spots, and part of it I'm like, when I grew up in the hood they call it teddies. I don't even know what that meant, but they call it teddies, man. So it was like lice or something like that. I don't know what's going on with my grass right now, man. Anybody else having any problems?
Listen, let me tell you something, and this was crazy that you brought this up. So my wife goes on a couple miles walk with some of the girls here in the neighborhood. So they come through early on Saturday morning, right? And I guess one of them came up. This is about 8:00 in the morning, and rang the doorbell. Dre goes out to do the walk and everything. She comes back. She goes, "Hey, so-and-so asked, what are you using on the lawn and what are you doing to keep the weeds down and stuff like that?" And I'm thinking in my mind, I was like, shit, if my lawn is better than yours right now, your shit is hurting. I was like, I'm still trying to kill these motherfuckers. I said, all right, but hey, if you like it, I love it. That's cool.
Oh man.
So it's bad that we're vibing off of grass conversations. Think about that. We just went on about grass. So yeah, I still gotta put, since we on the topic, I still gotta put down the fall weed and feed.
Oh, you behind?
So yeah, I was supposed to put it down about 2 weeks ago.
Right.
But I actually went and I did an extra treatment of what's the joint called? It's like the big tall to make the grass stronger for the moment. Before
okay.
this
the weed and feed. Yeah.
So since we're about to have real nice weather for the next 5 days,
Right.
I can get this stuff down tomorrow. So for all the people that know about that grass.
Yeah.
This Negro just
Earl,
said,
you got anything to add in?
I ain't got shit to add to that.
Oh, what you were talking about your man.
Nah, cause listen. Let me tell you something. I ain't been outside. I ain't cut that grass. I'm not raking nothing yet. I'm waiting till all the leaves fall because I'm not trying to do it twice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't did nothing back there. But the thing that be pissing me off because in my backyard, I have like a groundhog back there who is my neighbor, and then I'm trying to get rid of him. Then I have like a bunch of trees in my backyard, so it's mad squirrels up there. So it'd be every single time if me and Rashawn go outside, I'll sweep up the backyard so he could ride his bike or something like that.
I can show you how to get rid of them, but we might have like PETA or something.
I don't care. I haven't.
I'll tell you offline.
Yeah, tell me offline how to get. Yeah, tell me offline how to get rid of that
now,
stuff.
He may actually not leave. He may be laying there waiting.
That's fine. That's fine. We get some deers and cats and stuff. They'll take care of that thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I call animal control.
We love all the animals out here. We love all that.
Yeah, I call animal control. Like, it's something in the backyard. Y'all need to get that. But yeah, man, every time I try to rake it up, man, I mean, like sweep it up, and these acorns keep coming back, man. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I ain't do nothing there. I'm waiting to. I got somebody that I'm gonna actually have gutted. But I felt like I'm gonna wait till like March to do that.
Yeah, if you're gonna have someone all the way gutted, then that's fine. I thought if you were gonna try to just like start from doing your own thing, then I was saying you still want to treat it right now going into the winter, so to be ready for the spring. So, but yeah, if you're gonna gut it, then go ahead.
Oh
it's
yeah.
It's so wild, man, because I walk out, I walk off the patio and I walk down the stairs and I walk, before I'm coming out here to the studio, my backyard, the grass is nice and lush. Like it's the whole thing. But I go out front and it's like, and I know part of it is
front
because
is normally really
right. Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't know what's happening, man. Like the backyard, it's like flush. The dog is rolling around in the grass and shit. And then the front,
drought.
I think what it is well, when we bought the house, there was two things that I noticed. So where they had the post in, they had the sign to sell. I noticed that, and then there's like a drainage like pipe there. So I don't know how good the root system is. So even though it looks good, and then don't get it twisted, some of that greenery that you saw early on was actually crabgrass. So while it looked really nice and green,
not crabgrass,
parts of it was
that's real. That's real talk.
So I had to kill it off, and then now
when you kill it off, it looks
man. So I have whatever they did before, and I think that's where they dug it up and they had the dirt. So, but the backyard is nice and lush. But now I'm out there and it's doing well. It's just like annoying me because I'm looking. I had a mushroom growing in my front yard.
Those are everywhere, bro.
Yes, I don't like it. That's a fungus.
Those are everywhere.
Yes. I was gonna like the whole
having a conversation about grass right
Hey,
now.
this is real talk. This is real talk.
I was gonna light the whole goddamn yard on fire. I don't like that. Because usually when you see like a mushroom in your yard, that means the health of your grass isn't really good.
No.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So
and they pop up anyway.
It just make my skin like tingle.
I was for a minute. I stood there for a minute and I looked at the mushroom and I'm like, well, maybe you were here for a reason. So I was gonna pull it and just see, what is I'm just, thought, just I'm just saying, I don't. I mean, it was just one.
I want you to stop talking.
I'm just saying, I mean, it'll be a good conversation. Man, I pull a mushroom out the yard and
grow my own.
Yeah. I want you to
I mean, the missus walking around the house naked, hallucinating, but it's cool. It's fine.
Yeah. I want you to be done.
I'm just saying, just ass out everywhere. She's Puerto Rican, so I'm fine.
Oh shoot!
Lord have mercy.
So I know if I walk up and I don't see no mushrooms in that yard, I'm turning my ass right back.
Turn your ass around because she's turning her ass around. I'm just saying.
Oh
that's
shit!
all I said. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I don't know, man. I've been saying, it's the fall time, and I guess, man, that's how we starting the show. I think.
Yep.
I don't like it.
So it's that time of year, man. We're what? What's the date? It's 26th, 25th. We're like 6 days out from Halloween. I'm excited. We decorate. Did y'all decorate it all?
I got these pumpkins over here that I'm about to put on this on these steps. That's about it.
That's it. You didn't put no lights up, no nothing
For
like
Halloween?
that.
I don't know.
Okay, Dave, you ain't put nothing up, no spider web, no nothing.
Not to kill the mood. Halloween's a little different around here. My son goes out and does the whole thing for Halloween as far as trick or treating and stuff. But not to dampen the mood. That's when my wife's mom passed. So it's a little different in the household. You know, we definitely do our thing for him to go out and do his thing, but it's a give and take type of day for us.
Yeah.
So you just pretty much killed my whole conversation on how I was gonna lead to this point. Thanks, buddy.
Dang, my bad. Act like I didn't say it.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it's now my question, because yesterday I was out with the missus and her best friend, and we were if you guys looked at my IG post, I actually posted myself in a Michael Myers costume. If you saw my story, Michael Myers is my guy. Like, he is my guy. First of all, he has the best soundtrack of any horror film, ever created. Like, he does. Like, Jason's that shit doesn't mean anything. And then Freddie got like some weird white girls like singing 1, 2. That's real pedophilic, and I don't really like that. So Michael Myers got the whole piano aspect, which if you come up on the block here where I live out, and I live in Baltimore. I ain't even call it outside. It's just where I'll be at. Yeah, I try not to, but I live in a good part of Baltimore. I'll put it that way. But in any case, so I still had to justify. Right. I got a whole Michael Myers costume. First of all my neighbors are white and like stuff like that, so they're pretty nice. So on Halloween, I'm gonna have my Michael Myers costume on, and I will be on my porch, which is really nice. And I'll be out there playing. I'll be playing the Halloween soundtrack to the joint. So the missus thought you should do that. So I'm about to scare the shit out of somebody's kids. But yesterday we were doing a photo shoot with her and her best friend, and they had like these like really like demonic looking rabbit type things on there. It was pretty cool, man. We were having fun, like on this little bridge.
Demonic rabbits, and
the pictures are dropped soon. But the crazy part is they're in like costume, and they have on these rabbits, kind of like similar to what Dave had on for his Halloween costume. It's lit up with the LEDs, but these are rabbits. But then you don't think nothing of it. But then you see a guy. I'm not really tall, but I'm tall enough, and I got the complete Michael Myers costume on. And there was a guy where we are down
a little bit of a beard hanging out. Go ahead though.
But if you watch the Rob Zombies Halloween joint, he had a beard there too. So we good.
Oh shoot!
Right. It is. So it was a guy who we were like in this tech district, and we were on this bridge here, and he was walking across, and I saw him as I had the mask on. He was coming up the bridge. He was walking, and he had like a little pull luggage with him. That motherfucker stopped because I was in full costume. I don't care if you don't believe in Michael Myers or not. From a distance, if you see somebody in that costume, you will pause for a second and rethink about what you need to do. Mm-hmm. I saw him. Mm-hmm. He was walking, and he stopped and looked for a minute. And my special ass, I stopped and looked at him. I did not move. I didn't do nothing. So it was one of those situations.
That's even more scary. Yeah, move.
And then he walked towards us. I took the mask off. Yo, man, it was fun though. But I say my man was like, no, and he was like, he said to us, he said, don't see this every day. But I know for a moment he might have pissed a little bit in his pants. Like, you know what? I ain't got time for this. I really don't. And it's fun. Like that stuff like that is cool to me. I actually drove from Royal Farms after I picked up chicken because the power went out of my house last night. I drove from Royal Farms to the house in my Michael Myers costume, and I was behind a car, and I saw her adjust her rearview mirror. She got in the next lane and stopped and let's go back. Yo, I love this time of year, bro.
Listen. So real quick,
What that you laughing
let's talk about some Halloween etiquette real quick.
That's just funny shit.
I live in a community. It's a pretty big community, and I'm in one of those communities that people around the area come to, if you get what I mean. Don't live in the community. They just drive they behind all in here, and all of a sudden we see more kids than what lives in the community. So we always go to Costco to get these big bags of candy and stuff like that. Like I told you, Cam and Drea go out trick-or-treating, and I'm the one that stays behind. Now, my setup, y'all know my house right in the front with the office. I get my TV. I set up my Xbox. I start playing on my Xbox. They come ring the doorbell. I go out real quick, maybe with my quick mask on, hand the candy. Let's talk about some Halloween etiquette. No one told you to reach your hand in my basket.
Nobody.
I'm the one grabbing the candy and handing it out. Be thankful for what you get.
Hell yeah.
Handing out 2 at a time, I'm handing out 2 at a time. If you don't like those, I'm sorry. That's just what you're getting. If you don't eat chocolate, well, blame your parents. It's just what I'm doing right now, okay? If you are of age to you know what age I'm talking about. The ones that don't come up, don't have no outfit on, talking about they there with their brother. Well, I'm giving your younger brother, your younger sister the candy. No, I'm not handing you candy. You have absolute throw a goddamn brown paper bag over your head and draw on it or something. Everybody can put together something. Hell, y'all saw me for a little get together. I bought a $15 mask, a purge mask. That's it. If you at least do something, you'll be good to go. That etiquette in that way. We were just talking about the lawn, right? Don't touch my fucking lawn. There's a driveway and there's a walkway right on up to my front door. Don't come running across my lawn and then go running back across. Or you run across my lawn and you think I'm still gonna give you candy. Oh, all of a sudden I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.
Right.
I don't have no more. When my light is off, that means I don't have no more candy. Don't come up to my house. I see you. I see you. This house is protected by ring. I wish it was back in the days of Viper. Protected by Viper.
Hell yeah.
Or had to beware of a dog sign, but ain't no dog in there.
Yeah, Carter ain't doing shit. So, but these are the things, etiquette. Don't try to come back to my house twice. I remember faces. Don't try to come back here twice. Don't do that. That's not happening. I think I'll just leave it right there. I don't know if y'all want to add to the etiquette that y'all been through.
All I'm gonna say is that shit sounded real personal.
Like it was meant to.
This is mine. We like Halloween here. You know, you think about what you want. I know I come from a Baptist church, and they did before there was the trunk or treat, they did instead of the Halloween party, they did the Hallelujah party. And they were like, we doing a right. No, they did the Hallelujah party because he said we don't believe in the demonic stuff and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's what they did. But then I was, even as a young age, my retort to that was, I was like, well, Deacon such and such, ain't you fucking around with? Never mind. So at the same time, we like Halloween because it's cool, it's fun. You know, we don't go too far, but you know, we embrace the Halloween stuff. Halloween is what we embrace. This yesterday. So this is one of the shots we did from yesterday. Yes. Look, the buddies are fine, but that goddamn Michael Myers in the background have your ass thinking about life a little different in that case.
Listen here. First off, did she have some of the mushrooms? Because she seemed like she halfway. I'm sorry, sis. I'm sorry.
We might have had a few drinks. We might have had you, but my ass, all I did was just that. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna be in full character. But when you come to our house this year, we didn't do like the real scary. We had like some skulls, like skull posts. So like now to keep people from walking on my grass. I made an actual fence post to actually people from it's like skulls. They're and I'll send a picture out to you guys later. They're solar skulls that we put the solar lights in so they light up, but it keeps people from walking on my damn grass during Halloween. So they got to walk up the stairwell.
See,
Then you come
I'm
up
not
there.
the only one, Earl. See,
Thank you. So we got some little ghost little LED things. We got a little creepy little huge pumpkin that we had bought and stuff like that. Just know when you get here, there may be some strobes and there may be a body laying on the porch that you may think is a fake body and it's actually a real person that may move. Understand it's Halloween. This is what you get. You want this goddamn candy? This is what you do. It's fine. That's what we do here. That's just what we do. I'm just saying.
Are you laying your behind on the porch? Oh my goodness!
I'm concerned. Somebody gonna shoot you
for hours.
Yes, I would do. Yes.
Why though?
One year when I was in Newport News, we set up this whole thing. We had the townhouse, and my son, he was set in it was like he almost like a little druid type thing. So he has like a black gown on, hood, and everything else, and he had this really metallic face. He didn't move at all, and I set up like fog and everything. So all you saw when you coming up to the door was this fog, and then he was walk up into it, and he would merge against the fog. I saw this grown ass white lady was like, "I'll be damned, y'all ain't getting no candy today," and I was dying laughing. It's just what we do, bro. It's just it's just what we do. I like it. Then Christmas time I come here, I'm gonna light this whole block up. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just me. Yeah.
Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense.
What's your? Let me ask you this though. What's your favorite Halloween candy though? Like your favorite Halloween candy?
Shout out to my daughter. Candy corns. I'll tell you that.
Shout out to my daughter. Yamides, man. She's out in Texas right now. She's about to graduate from her 2 years worth of tech school. She's going to be military intelligence certified, and I don't know where she's headed from here. She's smart as shit, but she loves candy corn. Like that's the one thing. I buy her a ginormous Sam's Club bag of candy corn, and that's all she would do. That's all she love it. So this is my baby, but yeah. So yeah, what you say? Not the candy corn. What you like there, Earl?
This is disgusting. I don't know. I mean, usually, Rashawn gonna go, trick or treating, so I'm gonna go in his bag. I probably take the Starburst and maybe the Reese cups. Probably some Sour Patches. Just that type of stuff.
Okay. What you got, Dave? What's yours?
Definitely where you going with it. It matters. Anything sour. Sour Patch Kids, sour straws, anything like that.
They ain't got no sour straws.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the real joints.
Yeah, you ain't getting
that. And then if you stay in chocolate with it, probably like a Kit Kat, something like that. Kit Kat, Snickers, Milky Ways. But see, the only thing on those is you could tell if a person had these for a while. You know what I mean?
The chocolate nuts.
Yeah, man. Or that person that I'm gonna go back to that should be trick or treating. They ain't got no bag, they got no pouch. They put that joint in their pocket and they bring it back home to you, and you got the Snickers, but really all it is I ain't gonna say it, but that's all it is because chocolate done melted.
I should be an asshole and dress up like a preacher and be like, you know what? When the kids come to the door, I'm gonna hit them with a Bible verse. Yeah, I ain't got no candy here, but Corinthians chapter 7, verse 2 said, "Be good, get out of here."
Yeah, I like.
Oh my god,
this may be. People may not like this one as much. It's probably not the most popular of candies, but I like to go to. So they don't even give. I don't think they really sell them anymore. But I like the Fun Dip with the methamphetamines in it. That's just pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was pretty solid.
Yeah.
And I remember that.
Yes.
That must be a 70s candy because I don't know.
Nah, that's back in the day. That's back in the day with like the Big Chews.
Hell
I remember the Big Chews.
Wow, man.
What was it? What's it called?
What? Fun Dip?
Fun Dip?
Fun Dip. So Fun Dip was this long ass like packet, right? And it was like Kool-Aid. Yep. And then you had one little slot that had these big ass chalk candy sticks in it. But them shits, you don't know what they were made out of. and then
Have
you would
no
take
idea.
that, you would dip it into the
You would
Kool-Aid.
dip it in and then.
Nigga, that's drugs, brother. That's drugs.
That's
drugs.
diabetes in the package, man.
They were setting you up.
That was
what you think?
fentanyl.
What you think nerds is?
I don't eat them craps either.
Facts. But I do like the I do like the $100,000 though. I do like the $100,000 candy. It's pretty good. I like those. Here's the thing, because growing up, you know, your parents always had to check your candy, and because they were like that long thing of people might put razor blades in your candy. First of all, who the fuck was putting razor blades? Who had enough time to put razor blades in kids' candy? Who was devilish enough to do that?
or I don't know if this is a black neighborhood thing, but have y'all ever got pennies?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They give you pennies, bro. Like
I don't. That
what neighborhood you in?
I never understood that. Like first, it was like,
but
if they give you an apple, I'm like.
But I will say, not to give away a brother's age, pennies back in the day when I was young, you used to do something.
Oh no, absolutely.
I could go to a candy store.
The candy lady.
Absolutely. Yes. You could get them big fat ass peppermints for 1 cent.
Yeah. I can go to the gumball machine. It was a penny back. See. So back then, that was something. Think about that though. I'm glad you brought. Think about that. We be talking about gas and stuff. Just think about your parents giving you like $1 or $2 for chores or something like that, and what you were able to do.
Bruh. I remember, if we talking about that, I remember when I first started driving, I remember gas was at like $1 and some change. And when we saw it about to approach $2, I was like, yo, I thought the world was going to end. I said, $2 for some gas? Bruh, now I wish. I wish.
If you talking the gas talk, I remember sitting in the car with my dad. This is when gas was under $1 in Rahway, New Jersey.
98 cents.
And I remember me sitting up there looking at him like, why is he driving around all these blocks just to save a couple cents?
Yeah.
Now I'm that guy.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. So on the Parkway, Parkway, right now gas is like over $3, right? But it's low threes, like maybe $3.20. The Parkway has gas for about 2 weeks now. That's been at like $2.95. Let me tell you something. My car be saying like, yo, I'm giving you another 2 miles, bro. You need to pull up. and I take that risk because I'm like, I'm about to go over here and fill up because I ain't gonna see gas at $2.90.
Have you ever had somebody judge you? Somebody's judging you at the gas tank? Because I only gas up, like fully gas up at Costco, right? Because it's so cheap there. But if you're so low and you can't get there, you got to stop by something closer to
like
you.
$10 on it.
I'm that person. Not even. I'll pull up. That joint be like $3 a gallon. I put
you get a gallon. Look. No, I put at least 3 gallons in
and that person is sitting there. They've been filling up for like 3 minutes.
And you
look at you done pulled up.
Dave, so you know what? My bad. I'm gonna cut you off, Sean. So I thought about doing that, but because I was like, nah, I gotta save face. I rounded up. So I'm like, we gotta get at least $10, yo.
Fuck that.
I can't do $5.
I'm out
because they're gonna look at me crazy.
I'll take it even step further. Even step further. This is what I do. Because sometimes I've got to a case where I'm like, I gotta get gas, man, and I'm like, I'm gonna stop and get gas, and then I realize that one or two things. Oh shit, I don't got my damn wallet. Oh, I gotta get gas. So what you doing now? I'm counting the change in the little coin jug in there.
Man.
So it come up to like $3. Right. It come up to like $3.11. So what I do is I put it in there, and then that $3.11 go real fast. So what I do is I stand there for like another 2 or 3 minutes. I'm still putting gas in the car, and the person come by behind me, and then I'm still pulling off, and they look at me real quick through the view mirror, and be like,
"Oh, but see, at least you could play that off." Wait, where you put the change at when you pump it?
I have a little change joint in my car. And
but I'm saying, but you can't you have to go inside with that.
I have to go inside, and I do it with pride. I was like, yo, I need $3.11 on this. I look the dude dead in his eye and be like, I need $3.11 on pump 3. Say something.
At least you have the dignity of being able to go inside. Like we gotta
listen. But that's about the equivalent, bro. Because think about $3. of gas. That joint go like this. I pull up.
Second.
All right.
Yes.
Like, that's the amount of time, bro. Like,
Yeah.
all right. They're like, he good.
And
Like,
that's to be embarrassing because if you press the little lever and they clip on it, the person next to you over there, they hear it, they be like, click, click, click. Be like, they look at you be like, that's what you're doing. I'm like,
mind your neck. Mind your neck.
yeah,
Mind your neck.
get out of my face, sir. Question for you. So we have a tradition when Halloween starts here, because we went also off the track. You know, once Halloween season start, because you know they only give you Halloween for like 2 weeks before they start putting out Christmas stuff. Like I was in the store the other day.
Christmas out now.
I'm about to say,
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Christmas
That's
out
what
now.
I'm saying. I already bought some. So, but in the house we started watching Halloween movies, and we just run. Like the other night, we were watching all of the Friday 13 movies because it was Friday 13th of October. Now we watching Halloween films. What's your favorite, like not just Halloween film, but your favorite scary film that like gets you like if you're into that? Like what's the joint that gets you going?
You know what? Like movies ain't been really scary for me. Like so, I stopped watching it, and I'm that person. Yo, watch this idiot about to fall. The black person gonna die. You know what I'm saying? I'm that person. Like there's no point in me watching. But if I wanted, like, it's funny because I was talking to Sean, and I said, "Yo," we was talking about like Halloween, and he was like, "I was like, yo, it's a movie I need you to watch," and which I do like, Addams Family, if y'all remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I think if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Addams Family.
I'm not a scary movie person. I'm an analyzer, so I'm an overthinker. So I'm always thinking about shit so much that it's not even enjoyable for me.
Dave be like, "Bitch, why are you still falling? God damn it!"
So yeah, that's where my brain kind of kicks in that way. But with that being said, hands down, my most favorite horror flicks, if you want to call them that, I call them more mind benders, is the Saw series. I love Saw. Yep, that's my stuff. The stuff that just has you go, oh, wait a minute, you got to do this to do this to do this. Yeah, I love Saw.
So me, y'all know me for years, man. Y'all know me long enough to know y'all know I'm demented as hell. Your boy, I am a horror film freak. I mean, I know the teacher down in Florida is catching hell for showing them kids that goddamn Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey film. But if I was a teacher,
what?
I would have showed them little bastards that shit too. That shit's funny. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna even lie. And my favorite horror films, my horror villain is Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. And first of all, may he rest in peace, my father. But he ain't shit. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Wait, what? Oh, how mercy.
Nightmare on Elm Street came out in 1984. I was 4 years old, right? And I remember stuff from a long ways back. I remember when seeing the trailer, and the trailers were different back then. Nightmare on Elm Street was rated X. That's not even a rating that they even use anymore. Now, I think the one they use now might be like NC-17 or like TVMA, but then it was rated X. I remember seeing the trailer. So at the age of probably 6 or 7 years old, I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street on, VHS and stuff like that. My dad let me watch. He said, "Hey, don't leave that light on." That's what he shit. Love him to death. But one thing, I love the Nightmare on Elm Street films. As I grew up, I love the Halloween films. Michael Myers is the beast. Love the soundtrack. But one thing, I'll tell you this, I'm gonna pivot a little bit. Something that I don't rock with, and then it actually, and I'm not scared of much in life. This is one thing I am scared of. I'm scared of white kids. I don't like The Omen. I don't like The Children of the Corn. I don't like any horror film that has like dolls or kids in it. My daughter, Yumadis, I love her to death. She was about 1 year old, and this is now 19 years ago. She woke up in the middle of the night, and we all are parents. Woke up in the middle of the night. I'm laying in the bed. She woke up, got out of her bed at the time because she had like a toddler bed. This heifer walked up onto my side of the bed, and I saw all I had was a silhouette of a kid in pigtails I damn near kicked her ass out the window. You know how scary that shit is at 3 a.m. in the morning?
Listen, fuck that scariness. This dude went from calling his
Right,
cops,
right.
and then went to his daughter.
So he a different type of individual, bro. Like,
He ain't shit, and she a heifer.
Right.
Don't glance over there.
I love them both to death, man. But yeah, like I can't.
Don't love me.
Yeah.
Right. If that's how you love, bro, I'm good.
I ain't gonna lie. I talk about y'all. I say, yo, I love these niggas to death. But anyway, but
you can keep that.
But for real though, like, I can't, like, we be out, the missus would be like, let's watch this. I'm like, I'm not watching no fucking Children of the Corn. Like, I barely made it through the movie. I think it was called, oh man, it wasn't called The Child, it was called something else. Yo, I can't do any films that has kids in it because it's something about them little scary ass kids. Just don't do it for me. I can't do it. I cannot do it, bro. Like I said, I have dove out of planes. I have blown up shit in my lifetime. I've done some crazy shit, over the top shit in my life. So, bro, you put a crazy little white kid in front of me, it's a wrap for me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So I'm glad you said this. Let me put a couple honorable mentions out there. Y'all may agree with me, y'all may not. This is not really considered a movie, but shit, I just know at the age I was at the time and seeing it, it scared the shit out of me. So I was like, don't do this to my boy. When Thriller first came out, bro.
Yo.
I couldn't watch it.
When it
first dropped,
yes,
I was hysterical, bro. Because you talking about a diehard MJ fan, and I couldn't tell the difference from music video to y'all took my boy. What just happened? Like, this is too real. I used to freak out when Thriller used to come on, man. And then I'm sorry for this one. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Lord forgive me. Losing Isaiah, because don't do that to my girl like that.
All right. Yo, you gotta be stopping. All right.
Don't do that to my girl, son. She played that too. She played that part too well, man. I was scared like shit.
Yo, you're hard. Nah, but Michael, the Thriller joint had me pissed because I was like, yo, why is he coming out the movies with Shorty, and y'all walking down a dark ass street?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with we don't do that.
Yes,
we don't do that. And then the girl was making me mad because I'm like, yo, I forget. I got to go back and watch it, but I forget.
Ola Ray.
Well, whatever her name is, but at some point they walk it down.
Oh shoot!
And she turned the head, and I'd have been out, yo.
Look at that, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'd have been out, yo.
So you telling me you can make this look like this, but you still couldn't get the mustache off a You tell me.
Yo, he was ahead of us. This was the 80s. You mean to
see
tell
how
me
that went full circle?
It's full circle, bro. See, all of that is connected, bro. Because I'm telling you right now, I told you what started is I can't watch creepy ass films with little white kids because I saw how they did Mike. Mike had them kids at the Neverland Ranch. All of a sudden, his life with the shit. I got creeped out by white kids since. I'm just telling you that right now. I it is what it is. Oh man. Oh god. Yeah, we on one tonight. Yo, the BET Awards happened. The BET Hip Hop Awards happened 2023. Woo. Happened down in Atlanta.
This is scary too. Keep going.
So this is how, you know what? I was not as disgusted as I was in previous years. I cannot even lie. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Let him talk.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because this is something that hit a chord with me. And salute to Fat Joe. He was a good host. But when he came in, and this one was, they kind of made it about all the DJs, because this is 50 years of hip hop. All the DJs and That that's Dave. This
I
this
got
this
you.
struck a chord with me. And starting off with Kid Capri and DJ D Nice, I was like, yo, we about to be up. I mean, it was so good.
Yeah, that was.
And then of course they had Spinderella, DJ Jazzy Jeff. But what I got from this was young generation. Learn how to perform your goddamn songs. 2, create songs that you can actually perform. That's the biggest takeaway from that I got. When you went into like the old school folks, like whether it was LL Cool J, whether it was Rakim, whether it was Ludacris, T.I., he ain't been performing because his ass was out of breath when he did his, but Bone Crusher was there and he bigger than T.I., so I don't know how that works. Nelly was out there. Tyrese was out there. Hell, even Bow Wow ass was out there. They all performed that literally with their vocals. This young group, and then of course they had the baby started off, which was dope. He did his
That wasn't dope. Because
for the South, he did his little tribute to the Cash Money aspect, stuff like that. But at least there was too much vocals and not enough actual artists actually spitting their songs. But I'll tell you this though, and I'll let you guys go from here. If you were a person who's never been experienced hip hop a day in your life, and I don't know if you guys follow D1, the hip hop artist. He's I guess he's a Christian. He's a Christian light skin dude from out of New Orleans, and he talks about a lot of stuff, a lot of the things that are projected in hip hop. Man, if they didn't make his case, the first thing that you saw was ass shaking and everything else as soon as the hip hop awards came on. Yikes!
Listen, I gotta step away. I gotta step away for a sec, so I'm gonna leave some meat on the bone for Earl.
Ooh.
No, you see. Hold on. I watched the BET Hip Hop Awards for one thing.
Yep.
And that's the ciphers. Trash.
Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't get to that part.
They were trash. Not like one person being trash. Whole thing. I don't know. I know they were going with the concept of Swiss Beats and Timberland team.
Timberland, yeah.
Did you pick this team? Trash.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll just leave it like that, Earl. You can continue. I'll be right back.
I don't even know where to start. The ciphers were horrible. And again, this just goes to show you, like, this new generation, I hate their music. I really do. I'm sorry. This is not even me like an old head. Just like, I hate their music. Because I'm just like, yo, and I'm using hate because I really hate their music. Because it's when I listen to rap, like rap is supposed to keep evolving. And I ain't gonna hold you, like, this generation has, I mean, like, really, the bar is very low. The bar is very low. All the music sound the same. All the music sound like it's emo. Kids are depressed. They're on some drugs. Like, they all sound the same. The ciphers were trash. There was one gentleman from PG County, and
that was what was his name? His name was Foggy Raw.
Yes,
Foggy
first of all, I hate his name. Okay,
he from PG County.
And the fact that when he was rapping, I'm like, first and foremost, like, I got hyped because I'm like, he from PG. You know what I'm saying? I rock him, really. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I know they got some cats out there that can spit. Let me see. I'm like, yo, what are you saying? I couldn't even understand what he was saying. And then the little bit that I understood, I was like, this is trash. Then they had a lot of the people were just, I never heard of. I will say this though. Simba had an alright one.
Okay.
But the best one, in my opinion, was Cassie.
Okay.
Cassie sounded like when Cassie was on Hot 97. I mean, no, when Cassidy and Freeway was battling.
He sounded like he was freestyling. I think he freestyled.
Yeah, but that's
verse.
what it did. Regardless, he was sounding like Cassidy versus Seals. And like that's what he was sounding like. The overall show, there was a couple of things that I did like. So like the So Def joint was dope.
Yes.
You know, I don't know why I thought maybe Jay-Z would come out when they did Money Ain't a Thing.
Nah, he ain't been to. I don't think he's been to a BET.
Nah, this has been
Hip Hop Awards. Yeah,
and I don't blame him. Then they had another one for drama. I forgot it was Gangsta Grills or trap music, whatever.
Well, yeah, 20 years of trap music. Yeah,
20 years trap. That's dope.
T.I. joint. Yeah,
that was dope. And then they did I forget if it was a tribute, but I know LL Cool J performed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so the Marley Mars thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was dope. Sexy Red performed. That was horrible. I was fucking disgusted. That was fucking horrible.
Let me talk about that real quick, Earl. For the longest time, and I understood, there was this conversation like there is a lot of other things. They were talking about the discrepancy of male artists to female artists and why, there was, whether it was discrimination, this and the other. Bruh, and, we're not going to get canceled for whatever. If this is what you're going to put out there, motherfucker, discriminate. Because all of that was horrible. And I don't want to hear the conversation of, well, y'all don't say nothing when men are talking about trapping and selling this and the other. Why can't we talking about, fucking and selling our ass and this and the other? What? I don't like that shit either. It was so bad. And it's come to a point, whoever made this shit popular, I don't even know. The rapping off beat shit. I am a musician. I study musicianship. Not to tout my own thing. I was number 8 in the state of Virginia as a bass player. Syncopation and all that. We stay on time. I don't like the rapping off beat shit. That shit is horrible. It is not good. And even the baby
take your time. Take your time.
I love hip hop. I do not like the mockery that is being made of for the sake of inclusion. I do not like it at all. The shit was horrible. The only thing I will say about that is the ciphers aside. First of all, I'm looking at, because in that cipher, you had Simba, which we all can agree that Simba is dope.
Mm-hmm.
You had Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
You also had
take time.
Shit. Not. I'm thinking about Pimp C. The other side. From UGK. From UGK. Why don't that think of his name?
Oh, Bun B.
Yeah.
You saw the crew that he was with. Now he did have. I think he had Linnell Grant. If y'all guys now, I love Linnell Grant. If you got, I think that's the beat and the cipher wasn't right for her. If you don't know who Linnell Grant is, she's done a lot of the production for Tobe. So if you didn't know who she was, Linnell Grant is dope in her own right. She shouldn't have done the cipher, not at least with these other goddamn mediocre ass people. I saw what they were trying to do because it was 50 years of hip hop.
They're trying to mix it. It wasn't.
But yeah, this 50 years of hip hop could have did without this last 5 years.
I live down here in PG County. Dude that came out from PG County was
Foggy Raw.
Yes. I just said that.
I mean, no, it was a big no for me. I seen it pop up. I said, okay. 2 lines in, I was like, oh no, we can't do this. Over these beats too? No, we can't.
And that's the thing that made me upset, Dave and Earl, especially on the Timberland side, because he was picking beats that were from classic Jay-Z tracks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that pissed me off. That absolutely. I think that was the Bun B one when they did the Jay-Z joint.
Yes,
That
that was
absolutely pissed me off. Yeah,
like
pissed me off.
I'm looking at Timberland. He's a fellow 757 native. I would have got some shit that we hadn't heard of and let him spit on that. I'll be damned if I could put these mediocre ass people on a Jay-Z beat. That was classic joints. It was just not it. So I'm like, I don't like. I love what they did with Marley Marl. I learned some stuff about his production, which was great. I love this. I love the production. I love Spinderella. Spinderella's still fine as shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. She is what she is. All of it was that part was dope. But this new age of hip hop and something that Cassidy said, I don't know if y'all caught it. And I'm paraphrasing. He was like, not only did he sell records, he sold records, but he got streams as well. Which there was a couple of discs in the Cassidy cipher that people might have missed. He sold records. A lot of these people out here are doing a bunch of streams and they're equating this to like album sales. No, that shit is not. Newsflash: the City Girls, which a lot of people love, their debut album apparently is going to sell anywhere between 6,000 to 8,000 copies. And they're not buying that shit from Best Buy. Apparently, they downloading it from iTunes or whatever. But 6,000 to 8,000 copies. The shit that you hear all the time, and that's what their numbers out. Right. That is. So salute to those independent artists like before it's past the Nipsey Hussle. To those guys like the Russell, who's out on the West Coast. He had a track that he talked about the fact that he actually dropped the album. And I believe the average payment that they were doing was roughly, it was pay what you want. It was like anywhere like $35, something like that. And they ended up doing like 1,000 or something along those lines, some crazy. And he ended up doing like maybe a little bit more than that, like $50,000 off of that. And he was equating that to the average artist today would have to have like 10 million streams to even get that amount of revenue. But at the end of the day, what it also showed you is when these new artists came out, like Sexy Red and even old girl, what's her name? Not old girl who, I hate to say it, who got shot in the pinky toe. What's her name?
Megan.
Yeah, her and the
She's
other ones.
actually all right though.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. When they performed and they panned to the crowd, you saw people just sitting on their hands like, yeah. But when you got these older school folks in, people were out their seats and they were bar for bar. They were going, hell, I even saw Tiny reciting T.I.'s joint.
Because you're talking about the difference between hot songs, which are just getting radio spins, and classics.
Yes.
Classics you can play forever. The beat drops. Everybody knows what it is, and they're rocking. That's it. You know just about every single word, and that's it. Those are classics. They will live in hip-hop forever. There's songs that are just hits for that time. Even if you don't like those hits, they're hits for that time. You get what I mean? But they're not classics.
But these are not even hit. Like, but
the reason why I'm saying hits is because I'm talking radio play. Radio play is different. Me personally, even when you talk about the new stuff, it's not even on the hating side of things. I don't know because I don't listen. The radio I listen to doesn't even play that. I listen to, shout out to down here WHUR out of DC, Howard Station. I listen to that music. So for the people that knows that music, that's the radio I listen to. Everything else is Spotify. It's my own stream stuff.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So I don't know, when you start talking about different songs, it's not like there's still a 106 and Park out there or a Rap City out there where you're here. If you're not on there listening, you don't know. So I don't know. You could have a track drop, be like, oh, this is the new City Girl. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Absolutely no idea.
And for the record, when you say hot song, and they don't deny that they're still, even though it goes back to pre-1950s, 40s, when there was payola going on, those hot songs y'all seeing on that you hear on radio, somebody's getting paid to play that hot garbage. I'm just saying. So let's transition right into the next thing.
Ooh,
Woo!
Here we go.
So we all are listeners and probably fans of the Breakfast Club that's on Power 101, Power 105, whatever the hell it is.
Power 105.1.
Power 105.1. And as of right now, the two hosts being Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy. You know, previously they had I forget her name. I'm sorry. I apologize. Angela Yee, my bad. But the most recent thing that's come up is with DJ Envy and the real estate scam that has been attached to him. And if you remember during the pandemic, you saw this a lot. He had his man Flippin' NJ, Hispanic guy who was doing real estate that he had on the show all the time.
Caesar.
Videos, Caesars, all the stuff there. They were talking about, really just, creating generational wealth and through what the hell? It did it by itself. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Wow.
The balloons. Wow. Yeah, that's weird. And as of recently, Caesar, aka Flippin' NJ, he had been arrested by the feds for wire fraud and a bunch of other stuff, and he was actually released on a $1 million bond, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw DJ Envy come out, and because he's talking, and it's everywhere, bro. And he came out against the advice of his lawyers, and he said, "Hey, I've never stole from anybody." And first, I want to give this to, and this is not to, because we don't have facts about none of this stuff there, but we're just gonna give our own point of view because we're all pretty smart. And the smartest person in the room right now, to be perfectly honest, on this real estate thing, and if you had to take it from a vacuum, would be the storyteller himself. So I'm gonna give you, you first up, and your take on this whole situation, man.
So I'm gonna speak pretty candidly because, like you said, we don't know exactly everything about it. But
right,
what I will say is this, because honestly, what I didn't tell you offline is I almost fell into one of these situations. So I'm gonna be very open to you on it. Real estate is very funny. Everybody wants to be a part of it, but they don't want to be a part of it. So they don't want to do the due diligence of knowing all the ins and outs. And I'm not even talking about like a DJ Envy thing. I'm talking about actual agents.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, as a client, whether you're a buyer, seller, investor, whatever it is, even a renter, make sure the person that's representing you, do your due diligence on them. Because just because they're an agent doesn't mean they know this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to show a house. That's about it. They know how to unlock a door. You could do that if you had the code or if you had the way means of doing so. So what are they doing special? And that's what you got to kind of look at and look at their history and reviews and all those different type of things. But it's easy to fall into these type of scams because it's a pitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. I was about to do a business deal with somebody, and this is what's crazy. It's very similar to what DJ Envy fell into. That is very close to me, just like Envy was close with this person for years, way before we were even talking real estate. This is before I was even an agent. And I'm not going to throw no names out here, but this person still works in the industry, but I started to hear the mumble from the streets. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
From different voices. But you first go through denial. That's my boy, $100,000. Like we good, we solid. He ain't gonna put me on nothing crazy. But then when I started digging a little bit deeper, it was like, but yeah, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I had to dig deeper, and I'm in the industry. Now, you flip the story over to DJ Envy. He's not. It's just his boy that's been working in real estate. You get what I'm saying? Gave a good pitch to him. Sold him on the pitch. I truthfully believe that Envy wasn't trying to lead people in no wrong way because this is too easy to get caught up in. Do you get what I mean? Like there is no, it's either wrong or right. There is no in between in real estate. You either pitching the scam or or you're legit. So the one thing on Envy side of things is if you're pitching that hard out to these bigger people with the what I always call the biggest transaction of your life, you gotta do your due diligence. What do I always tell y'all when I'm about to check out something on a new venture? I say, let me check it out first. And if it's solid, I'll come back and holler at y'all. I'm not gonna move without y'all, but let me get my feet wet in it first to make sure it's legit. And then if it's solid, I'll bring y'all on. And that's how we've been moving. I don't think he moved that way, and that's where his fault was. I think he just took the word of his man, being in the industry. I mean, hell, he was getting out of jail at the time. I mean, doesn't that ring some type of bell?
He learned it in jail. He
learned it in jail.
He learned real estate in jail.
So I'm like, you gotta, that's a red flag. You gotta do your due diligence on that. And then if you look at the storyline, other people were telling them, like Joe Buttons, sitting up there telling them, like, yo, nah, man. He said that's a Ponzi scheme, man. That's a scam. And this was years ago, and then boom, look at it now.
But you know what?
I'm gonna leave some stuff out there for y'all, but I'm just letting everybody know. And I know we'll get deeper into real estate. Real estate is the biggest transaction of your life. Take it as serious as that. Imagine you're holding 300, 400, 500,000 and up of your own money in your hand, and you're about to hand it over to somebody and say, find me something. If you look at it that way, you will tread a little bit more lightly than just, hey, I got an agent. Hey, so this sounds good. Let me throw my money into this. Go ahead, guys.
So Cesar Pena, the gentleman who was arrested, he actually, he got, I guess he made bail. I'm pretty sure he did because, he scammed a lot of people out of their money. But in any case, he went on his Instagram live bit and went and he pretty much did his, he absolved and Envy of any wrongdoing. And again, I don't know anything about this, but here's my thing here's my pushback on this. Because it wasn't like something that it happened and we didn't know about. He has been on the Breakfast Club. And if you watch or listen to the Breakfast Club, Envy was promoting him hard.
Yeah.
And then you can take it for what it is. Whispers, whatever it's this thing where wherever there's smoke, there's fire. And you could peel back the layers of the personal stuff. There was also conversation around the car show that Envy did as well, that it got made ado about, about Rick Ross at the time and that whole situation. So either Envy is the most naive person there is on the planet, or he did just enough not to make sure that he wasn't implicated in this. Now, here's the thing. The thing that's going to be a problem is iHeartMedia has a big problem because the fact that Cesar Pena was on their platform being promoted by their biggest host. So these people who lost money, these lawsuits are like, oh, we're not just going after him, but we're going after Envy for negligence, and we're also going after your boss, iHeartMedia, which broadcasts to tens. Exactly, because we've all heard about these whole PPP loans and all these scams here, and this right here sounds like another case where people are scamming out. And then on top of this, bruh, and again, he may be perfectly innocent, and he just may be the most naive, light-skinned, dumbass person that I've ever seen in my life. I was digging, bro. I was digging because I wanted to be like, maybe there's something. Nigga. Every video I watched, I'm like, bro, if they can get the white kid off from shooting those two black kids, and it was self-defense, whatever his name is, he fake cried, or they can get OJ off for obviously committing a murder, I'm assuming they can get you off too, because all these videos, you're directly tied to this shit. But he probably won't see it. I'm just saying.
I mean, I knew that shit was a scam from the get go because I was like, man, and I hate to judge a book by its cover, but I'm just like, yo, there's no way in hell I'm giving this dude thousands of my dollars. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm.
Earl, let me ask you real quick. When you bought your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
The agent, did he have a collared shirt on?
No, she had a dress on.
She dressed. Oh, she dressed. Okay, fine. So when I bought my house, my agent had a collared shirt on. Your
This
agent was
fat
a young lady.
motherfucker had a t-shirt and some jeans. Like he is. There's nothing present. I've never even even to the point of DJ Envy. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen him in a suit. And I understand. I'm like I understand. Like he's a DJ. He's a personality. But I'm like if you are a real estate agent, I'm sorry. I expect you to look a certain part. I don't give a damn who you are. I expect you to look the part. I don't care. You could be the hoodest dude. You better put on a shirt and tie or some slacks or something when you come see me, because I need to be able to know that this money that I've been saving up, like this big ass purchase that I'm trying to make, I need to know that I'm putting that into good hands. And first and foremost, before I even get to know you, presentation is everything. You know what I'm saying? And that should have been a red flag for a lot of people. That you let this fat motherfucker with a t-shirt and some jeans and some Jordans and shit handle your money, and you didn't trust in him. Now DJ Envy, now I hear what you're saying, Dave. You was like, I don't think DJ Envy intentionally meant to get, to do these things. Like
you're not guilty.
I'm about to say I genuinely think that he doesn't know the ins and outs. But let me tell you something. That means nothing because he was a part of this shit.
Right.
And
he's the connection.
Right.
I don't know this person without getting it through you.
But he's stupid though too, because it's like if anybody had the most to lose, it was you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like family, he didn't did a bid or whatever. Like he out here gambling. He's if he gets locked up and go, if he get locked up and go,
I don't think he particularly knew, but that doesn't
absolve
push
him
aside. Yeah,
no, absolutely. But I'm just saying, like this, if he gets locked up and goes away for a couple years, like at the end of the day, he's fine. He's been playing with house money. Like he won. You know what I'm saying? DJ Envy got the most to lose, but the fact that it didn't seem like you did your due diligence with this dude. And not only that, it'd be one thing if you was the one that lost money and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. But the fact that you set up here and you help promote just random Joes, trying to solicit with this dude and people losing thousands of dollars. Like
here's my thing. Here's my thing with you guys, man. This pointed out, and this is I'm not in real estate, but I've been in the sales space for a long time. And a couple of things was red flags. I am always weary of the big conventions or whatever you want to call them. And Dave know what I'm talking about. I'm always weary of that. One of the I don't know if you want to call it convention, whatever they call it, that Envy was part of, they had out at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas. I don't know how many of y'all been to Las Vegas and how many of y'all been to the Golden Nugget. Stuff like that, I am always really like, whenever I hear somebody be like, hey, come meet me at this particular banquet hall and learn about building generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
That screams to me not good money sense. It just does not. And I know there's some prominent people out there, I won't name their names, who does this stuff, but they operate in a different space. They have a proven track record of doing things, and they do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But something like this, and knowing this aspect of real estate that I know, and Dave knows 20,000 times more than I know, but something like this and looking at it, I'm like, that does not sound like a good idea to me. It does not. And certain things, like when I hear things like, hey, don't use your money, use their money. And I was looking at a clip that he was using on Mano's show. That's a different thing. We were talking about this credit thing back in the several episodes back, to where using your credit card to purchase your everyday things like that to build your credit and not put your own money at risk. That's different. We're talking about today's point, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 money that you're putting out there. Whose money are you using then? If you got X amount of people walking into this banquet hall to teach them about generational wealth, and you're charging them $100, $200, that's really not a lot of money, to be perfectly honest. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? It's the same thing like I used to get in the music industry. They was like, hey, come to this industry event for $250, and you get meet all these A&Rs, and then maybe they'll put you on. Yes, I was a victim of that too in my young age. I lost money in that case because I'm thinking, hey, I got something going on. I paid money out to get there. It was like, nigga, all you do is deliver water. That's what that sounded like to me.
Now, that comment that you made is actually a true comment about not using your money, use theirs. But you got to know how to do it.
Right.
And that's the key.
Right.
And, not to bring up the person I knew again, that's where a lot of things weren't making sense. And that's why I backed off and never brought anybody on to that. Now, I'll give you an example. I had a closing on Monday. I'm getting up from the table, and the lawyer that I'm sitting there speaking with during closing, I was like, oh, I see there's some more paperwork on the table. I was like, oh, you guys having a busy day? He said, yeah, I got 12 more closings to do. And in this market, that's a lot for that day. So I said, okay, that's good for y'all. He's like, the best thing is that's all off of one person. I said, all 12 files? He said, yeah, this person closes about 10 deals easily a week with us. He closes over 350 deals a year. I said, get the hell out of here. He goes, yeah. Investors are keeping the market going. I say that to you because a person like that can show you their books and show you exactly what they're doing and show you their formula, that's where it's clockwork.
Right.
Not a person that got out of jail, learned it in jail, come over to his best buddy because he knows his best buddy is prime time and pitches him on a scheme and then throws him out there and then tries to, push his buddy to the side as far as taking any type of punishment, but it's already done. And you're not only even, let's think about it on this side. You're not only just hurting him, you're hurting everybody. Right. Shit, think about Charlamagne. He done lost Angela Yee. If they go after DJ Envy, shit, they might shut down the show.
Hell yeah.
He didn't do shit. Think about that. Like, there's so many other people that this falls back on. And that's why I tell you, once again, that real estate thing is something that whether you want to get into it or not, you want to know it. I compare it to math. Your parents always told you, I don't care if you like it or not, you need to know it. Because you need to know somebody's jipping you. If you don't know your math, it's hard getting through this life. I ain't telling you to know calculus and stuff, but you need to know your regular math. Right. So in real estate, if you don't know certain things about real estate or know somebody that can give you the answers on it that you trust, yeah, it's going to be tough out here. It's going to be tough out here.
You got to know, man.
Are we really doing this?
Hey, yo, hold on. I was trying to make
really doing this,
but I had to put my phone down because so tag me in.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm going to fuck it. No, we're not. Go ahead. What you got, Earl? Because when you say you got to know going in, you got to know going in, bro. What you got, Earl? God damn.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Hold on, before you say anything else.
Just call her Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
At this point.
Because she's not no damn Smith.
Yeah. And I want to preface this, and you can at me on this because I know I'm the most active of the three. What we express right now, we absolutely believe the shit we saying. So if you have a problem with anything that we express in this segment, at Sean Xavier on Instagram, and we can discuss it.
No, let me tell you something. Don't add nobody. That's between you and the guys you serve, yo. These is our fucking opinions. So anyway, Jada motherfucking Pinkett. I just have so many questions. I'm trying to understand what is her rationale for going on this tour. I guess she just trying to sell these books or whatever, or
it's for the book. Absolutely, yeah.
Do you not care? I'm starting to think too that did you ever really love this dude? Because
good question.
The stuff that you say, and you say you love this guy, but the stuff that you're putting out there, regardless of if they separated or not, the stuff that you're putting out there, like, did you ever think how that would affect or impact him, or even your kids? You know what I'm saying? Or even shoot the family of Tupac. You know what I'm saying? With the stuff that you're doing, or even your family, like I really feel like she went on this tour and she didn't think about nobody. And it's really making me look at Jada Pinkett very, very differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, now that slap, I'm like, you know what? I really feel like she put the baddie man dude back. And I really feel like mentally, I think Will Smith is not. I hate to say it like this, but I don't think he's right. Because if you could defend that, something is wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? If you can defend that, something is absolutely wrong with you. Because she's out here making you look fucking crazy. Like, I mean, absolutely crazy. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And you know what? I know they separated, but he need to go on and get that divorce.
So before Dave go in, so Will Smith actually came out, man, and replied recently about this whole situation.
He said he was like supporting her or something, right?
No, but I'm gonna give you the direct quote, man. And exactly what he said, man. He said, when you've been with someone for more than half of your life, a sort of emotional blindness sets in, and you can all too easily lose your sensitivity to their hidden annoyances and subtle beauties. So, all right. So
in the second place.
So I'm going to do this in a way where it's going to be respectful and at the same time make the point. First of all, what she's doing, and I'm listening to people that I revere like Jamel Hill and stuff like that, and they try to play she's saying this, what it was saying. Look. We're in a space now where we're all pro-black. They try to make it pro-black, and he's talking about black love and so forth. The shit that she's doing is the epitome of tearing down a black man in public. However you want to describe it, that's what it is. Because what you're doing is you're tearing at the emotional fibers of said black man, who we all know is a very fragile black man. If you looked at interviews that Will Smith has done talking about his life growing up, it's like, he's already fractured as it is. And I say this from a place to where I went through a similar situation in my previous life, to where my own emotional instability and whatnot was used against me, and I didn't make good decisions either. At the same, just like Will Smith. But at the same time, my own instabilities and faults were used against me in places that were used to tear me down into a particular space. And what happens is, and I went through a similar situation on a different type of space, that slap that happened to Chris Rock. That had nothing to do with the conversation or the jokes that Chris Rock was having at the time. It was a culmination of years and years and years of your own faults, burying them, having to hide behind them and face it all at once and feel like I got to be that guy. Your pride was hurt and you reacted in a way that was outside of your norm.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at this, and that quote again says, when you've been with someone for more than half your life, a sort of emotional blindness sets in, and you can all too easily lose your sensitivity to their hidden annoyances and subtle beauties. You hear about this with kids who grew up in a household that either their mother or their father abused them in some sort of fashion, whether it's sexually or emotionally. And they start to take that as, well, it got to be something, it got to be something that I'm doing wrong, or they don't mean it because I'm doing this. That's what I read. This is what I get from Jada Pinkett Smith. There's going to be people who listen to this and be like, well, everybody has a story. But humans are those who will take a situation, and if you have the ability to make it more, I don't want to say profitable, but it's the only word I got right now, or beneficial to your own situation, that's what you would do. Because clearly Jada Pinkett has issues on her own side. She has emotional stuff, PTSD stuff, probably from around her relationship with Tupac, who she references a lot. She got with a guy in Will Smith that has his own issues, and it's just become a toxic situation to where in this day and age it's playing out in front, and she gives a shit to where the information lays. And the sad part is, if you guys seen any of the Red Table Talk, this looks like it may have come because I saw a story that they allegedly got together after she got pregnant, and at the behest of her mom, they got married, which tells me that this comes from her mom, which now Jada Pinkett subscribes to this, which now she's passed it down to her daughter, Willow. So we often talking about breaking a cycle. She's continuing one. What y'all got?
All right. So
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
There's no way I could approach it politically correct. So let me just say how I was gonna say it. I haven't claimed Jada Pinkett Smith since Set It Off. I'm just being honest. There ain't nothing she's done, done anything for me. So let me go through a couple of situations. She is tearing down a black man, but I'm gonna say it even more directly. She's killing him.
Yeah,
she's killing him. This is no joke. I know a lot of people were taking sides, especially with the Chris Rock situation. When it happened, I knew something was more wrong than what you saw on TV. You could just see it. You could see the reaction. I always said, go back and watch the video. He was laughing. He thought the joke was funny until he turned and looked at her.
right.
And then he saw her disapproval and how much he's in the doghouse. It was put up or shut up time. That's exactly what it was. Not saying it was right, but it was put up a shut up time. And then he went up there and and that was, we all been there. It was a blackout moment. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. I guarantee you, he wasn't there until like Tyler Perry and them pulled him to the side, like, get your ass together. And then you could kind of see him start clicking back in, like, yo, I done fucked up.
Stop right there, Dave. His exact quotes were, keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have seen the videos and interviews and her going out there saying that me and Will have been separated since 2016, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So I was shocked at what was going on. So this man was he still saw you as his wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's not on the same plane.
Go ahead.
But she's very, very like, how can I say it? She's an opportunist, man.
Right.
And she pounces on it. And I'm gonna give you certain situations on it. You not only cheat, but you cheat with your son's friend. Like,
I forgot about that, bro.
Like,
I forgot about that.
That's what we brushing off, like, and everything's cool. And now we supposed to sing Kumbaya for you because of Chris Rock telling a joke on stage. Like, you cheated. You not only cheated, but with your son's friend.
He ain't done a song since, I don't think. But keep going.
Wait. Then you go from that to then watch the opportunist side of it. Within Red Table Talk, which honestly, this is putting all biasness to the side. When it first came out, I thought it was going to be a good show. I was like, she's telling the real. But you know how Dave Chappelle always said, when keeping it real goes wrong,
right?
She used it in the wrong way.
Right.
And she brought everybody inside her household. And you want to know a way to kill your marriage? Bring everybody in your household.
Yeah. That's the first thing they tell you.
Let all those voices come. If you ever want to have a real conversation with your missus or your fiance or your girlfriend that you've been with for a while, always say, if this is going to work, and this is a message for yourself too, if this is going to work, when you have a problem about something, talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, people need people to vent to, but there's a difference between venting and spreading the word.
Right.
And then taking in the word of everybody else's. Because guess what happens? Everybody else has been shunned by somebody. They throw all that on you. And that's what comes back to you. It's not her that's hating on you. It's her and all her girls. It's him and all his boys. Because they've been done wrong. Well, she put it out there on a public platform. The whole thing. The whole, we were coming out with terms about what was going on. And then she gonna throw the brother on the table and then basically whip him
right
on the table. That's what happened. He was so gone doing that Red Table Talk. You knew something was wrong then. Once again, this is before the whole Chris Rock stuff. So this is leading up. You can't forget all these things. So you go from August Alsina to the Red Table Talk to now you got the Chris Rock situation. Now she out here telling the story about, oh, y'all didn't know that Chris Rock tried to hit on me when he thought I was broken up from Will and that. Who cares? Who cares whether it's true or not? Who cares? You want to know how gone I know you are? You're sitting up here promoting a book about a man that's passed away.
Right.
You're having interviews every single day about a man that has passed away. You're over here telling us about his alopecia as if he wanted us to know about it from a man that passed away.
Right.
How close y'all are, how close the friendship is, but it never went there. Now, yeah, I always felt they always had a close friendship and all that type. That's fine. Once again, you're promoting yourself for gain off of somebody that has nothing to do with that.
While still married. Again.
While still married.
Talking
about how deep our relationship is.
Talking about another man who is not on this earth anymore.
So let's deal with mental health. You took a man, whether you've seen his movies or not, you took a man that was on top of the world.
Yes.
And within one moment, well, bunch of moments, but it cultivated into that one moment of people going, I hate him. I never want to see him again. He should never be involved in the movie. I don't want to hear no song if it comes out. Oh, he shouldn't be part of this fundraising event and blah, blah, blah. Off that one moment. How many moments did I just go through? But yet y'all gonna stand in line for this freaking book? That's what we about to do?
Right.
While this man, I don't care what smiles are going on. By the way, from your comment that you just read off, Sean, about what he said, you do know he followed that up with being at her book signing.
Right.
He popped up at her book signing and was sitting back and supporting her. Now, this is the last thing I'm going to throw out there.
Ain't no way.
Mental health is key, and it's going to take too long to go enough into it. But please don't take your vows wrong. Sickness and health, death do us part, all that type of stuff. Because if you hear her conversations in an interview, she's talking about, well, no, I'm not going to give up on our marriage. You been gave up on the goddamn marriage. What are we talking about? The whole fact of sickness and health and getting through all those tribes and tribulations and stuff like that, that's somebody that wants to be there. Somebody that wants to work. You don't. Don't use that little term out there that, oh no, I don't believe in divorce. What? So now you're not even letting this man go. You're putting enough in his mind as if he's still in the relationship. He's not.
And it goes back to,
you must got that
again. Hell no. It goes back. No. I'm telling you, nah. Ain't no way.
They probably ain't even doing it.
They're not probably fucking. The fact that the part that you know that this is such a bad situation is the fact that his response on a national stage amongst all his contemporaries, and to be perfectly honest, a coalition of people. The Oscars are ran by white people, bruh. These white people are about to give him this Oscar for, a lifetime achievement, whatever it was. And in that moment, he decided to assault another black man because he felt that he was defending the honor of his wife. That was his words.
That he thought it was funny, by the way, once again.
Right. And then for you to come around, I'll say about a year later, whatever, to promote a book, and you say, first thing you say is, we've been separated for X amount of time, and I was shocked at what was going on. I'm going to tell you right now, your wife, my soon-to-be wife, if somebody steps out of line and we don't step up, it's going to be a motherfucking problem. The fact that she was like, I was surprised at I didn't know, I was surprised at what was going on. I didn't know. Fuck you mean you don't know? This man said, keep your wife's name out of my motherfucking mouth. Walked on stage to another prominent black man, slapped him, not punched him.
She didn't grab him or nothing. She didn't stand up.
Not at all. Hell, Beyonce grabbed Lil Mama harder.
Right, tried to,
yeah, to keep her from running on stage to messing up Jay-Z and Alicia Keys set. She stood right there, bruh. If this is not the most, what's that word for that person? What is that word for that person that wants to? I had it in my head. Wants to have control over everything. Narcissistic behavior. There you go. If this is not the
say fuck up.
If this is not the epitome,
bitch.
This is the epitome of narcissism. I don't know what it is, bro. And I don't want to hear shit. No one has to say black, white, Spanish, purple, green, blue. This is what this is.
Listen,
and
let me put this out there too. Andre, I know you watch this. Don't you bring that goddamn book up in this house? Don't you buy that book?
Okay.
Don't you? I swear to God, it'll be the first thing I'll burn right there in that fire pit.
This might be worse than Steve Harvey book.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, right? Because it's just deceitful, man. It's like hate. That it seems to me as if she just was straight using this man. And she's still doing it, knowing he is down and out. He's grabbing at the straws, as they say. Like when he was on top of the world.
He is the most, and to be perfectly honest, I know they are a couple when it comes to owning like their production house. I want to call it Overbrook and stuff like that. But let's be real. Their production house exists because of Will Smith. That doesn't exist because of Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, because Low Down Dirty Shame and different worlds wasn't doing that.
There were summers when we knew when the summer came, what new Will Smith movie is coming out?
July 4th,
iRobot, Independence Day, goddamn Men in Black, goddamn Bad Boys, even Wild Wild West.
And they got another one coming out.
And then he would do the soundtrack. And he
yes.
That was him. Songs. Oh,
before
they catch you.
Before Dwayne The Rock Johnson and before was the highest paid actor in Hollywood, before goddamn Charlie Sheen, my man who did Men in Black. I forget his name. I'm not Men in Black, but Mission Impossible. What's his name? Tom Cruise. Before all of them were getting the highest paid, that was Will fucking Smith.
Yeah.
The guy who carried, I think it was Thursday nights when the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
he carried that.
But I keep going back to even I don't know what she got against him, or maybe she don't feel like this is nothing wrong. But like, you're not looking at your kids. Like your kids, I know they're grown, but your kids are now watching you make a mockery of the man that they love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about his firstborn son to their kids. Like,
well, fortunately,
that would make me really dislike this lady, like as my mother.
Fortunately, Earl, his firstborn son is detached from this, but I'm not going to go into specifics. But go look at
but he can never be detached, because at the end of the day, they're talking about his father.
No, I got that part. No, I mean, as far as, but he was much older. Go look at the stories and stuff that surround Willow and Jaden.
Yeah.
Like that shit is, and I'm gonna go this route. And this is not to take a step. Fuck it. Fuck it. It is what it is. There was a point, who you love, whatever. I don't care. Love who you love who you love. At one point, and the media may have blew it up, maybe not. There's a one point there where Jaden Smith allegedly had a romantic interest or whatever in Tyler the Creator, whatever. And it was put out there in a space where this young black man, because we still live in this homophobic society. And it was presented as this young man was just pretty much just throwing his ass out there to Tyler the Creator, and it was being laughed at. I'm being dead ass. I'm not telling a joke. I'm being serious. So when you live in this type of life and you're willing to put your stuff out there where everybody else to judge, you don't know listen to what everything is around you. Then you got her daughter on Red Table Talk and all this other shit. This shit is not cool, bro.
Yeah, that's just not. She was trying to kill herself.
This just not cool.
The daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another
thing on Red Table Talk.
Another thing I noticed was, do y'all remember that stretch? And I don't know what to call it at this point. When we saw
what is going on,
I have fucking no idea. I guess StreamYard loves what I'm talking about.
I thought I was tripping when I saw that.
Nah. When Fresh Prince, man, was on that role of Instagram and he was doing all these things and all of us was like tapped into it, was like motivational stuff. He was doing everything. Like I was watching, I was like, yo, he's in a good space. That shit lasted for a little while. And I don't know if it was one or two things. Him just trying not to get out of the space he was in, or if he was actually in a good space and she came in and shut that shit down.
He should have stayed with Have from Have Plenty. If y'all
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And
that's his first baby mother. And she was cold.
I don't even want to stay. I don't even want to stay in this mental, man.
I know. I said the same vitriol you had for the gentleman who passed away. I can't remember his name. And he always did like or you might know his name. The black guy that was like always getting like relationship advice, and they was going in on him.
Samuel.
Whatever his name was.
Yeah, Samuel. I forget.
Whatever. Yeah, the same vitriol you have for him. I need y'all to have the same vitriol for Jada Pinkett Smith. Buy that goddamn book if you want. And you know what? Fuck it.
Nah, in this house.
Let's you know what? This is my not so breaking news, and I swear to God, I don't know how we even got to this point.
Not so breaking news.
I hate it here sometimes. I really do. So, first thing first, Earl, I don't know if you've seen it. I'm pretty sure you have because we're all on social media.
Mm-hmm.
You seen this list. It's not even allegedly. This list that was put out by at Duval Promo on Instagram apparently is based on a survey polling women about their least favorite first date places. And this all comes off of video
Yes,
of
I did see
a young lady who was like, she was feeling some type of way because my man's was taking her to like Cheesecake Factory and shit. And they end up putting out a list of places not to take, or I went into what not to do on a first date. And I'm gonna read some of these names. The Cheesecake Factory was one of them. Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies. Your House was number 7. Any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings. Coffee date, Starbucks, ice cream dates. Where are we at, bro? Like, help me.
I think
Help
first
me.
of all,
Help me, bro.
I think first of all, some of the stuff on that list was stupid because those are fine like first date spots. I think also too, it depends on who you're talking to, what age group you're talking to. You know, like if you're somebody who got a job and that is a legal adult, yeah, your first date shouldn't be going to McDonald's. But if you're in high school or something like that, yeah, I go a little dinner dates and sit in the back by the playpen. I mean, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call it a date, but but I don't know who created this list because I also was having issues too where the issue that I was having even before this list was with the young ladies who would think that something like a Cheesecake Factory is fine dining or Red Lobster is fine dining. Like I had more issue with that than to say like I'm gonna go here on your first date. 2, Cheesecake Factory is a fine first date. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're trying to figure out who this person is. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be spending all of this money on somebody who you don't know like that. So you take it to, and then 2, you don't want to start at like a real nice spot because like that's where you're starting the bar at. So at that point, you're gonna have to stay there.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
so in the video that sparked this whole conversation, so the video itself, this young lady, she tells the date that, hey, this is a chain restaurant. It was a Cheesecake Factory. She says,
Hold on,
who
what color were
takes
they?
she was black. She was black.
Okay.
You see the video? Yeah. She said, who takes someone who looks like this to a chain restaurant? A woman should be cared.
Paint
What?
the picture right though.
Yeah, what's
Right.
she look
Picture
like?
right, Sean. No, not that. They already pulled up, Earl.
Yeah.
The guy got out the car,
Right.
walked all the way around to open up the door. This is why
Right.
she's videotaping.
Yes.
Talking to her live audience.
Yes.
And he goes to open the door. She done locked it back. And he's go, hey, could you open the door, basically? And she pushes down the window, and that's how she responds.
Wait, this is a video for this?
It
Yes.
is. It's on IG, and this
Yes.
actually, and she says a woman should be cared for and cherished.
Yes.
Now, I'm before we continue with this conversation, because that's why I asked. This is where we are. I saw this video. It was literally a brother of this young lady who confronted the boyfriend of his sister, who apparently had been abusive. And my man's gave 0 fucks and went all the way in. And you know what you heard in the background? His sister saying, stop, get off him. Stuff like this. This is the world that we are in right now. So when this man, first of all, I've been to Cheesecake Factory. I don't like Cheesecake Factory for the food. I do love cheesecake though. I do love cheesecake. But
It's
whether you like the
overrated,
food,
cheesecake.
like whether you love it or not, that shit is not fucking cheap. It is not cheap at all. And the fact she decided to, I'm gonna sit in the car, a woman should be cared for and cherished. Remember that time the Destiny Childs put out that Independent Woman goddamn song and video? We come a long way since that, huh?
Well, let me ask this. Number one, let me make this statement beforehand. I'm gonna take you where my money tells me to take you.
Say that again,
Right.
I'm gonna
again.
take you where my money tells me to take you.
Right.
So trust me, if you didn't like wherever I took you on that first visit, thank you for separating from me after that first date and not doing a Jada Pinkett Smith. Boom. All right. So
Got him.
with that being said, you already knew she was on some other stuff because I got how I set it up. This man done pulled up there. You're on your video chat talking bad about him. He goes all the way around the car to go open the door for you, being a gentleman.
Right.
All right. So, mind you, you didn't record this video after you got home that night. Like, man, this is some fact that you did it while he's sitting up there, right? So then she pushes down his window, says her comments to him, and he's still acting cordial. Go watch the video. He goes, well, you know, we could talk about it. Well, we need to talk, you know, where would you like to go? You know, and so he goes around to get back in the car, not realizing this is a whole big production. And he's sitting back, and then I kind of stopped things from there. I don't know if the video cut off at that point. But what I'm saying is you could just tell she was there for them clicks. But she thought, but watch this. She thought the clicks were going to go in a different way.
Right.
And what it turned into is, who is this hating ass broad breaking down this dude that's just trying to take her out on a date? And the hate came. And then she had to do videos afterwards explaining this and that, and y'all don't understand, blah. Oh, you didn't get the clicks you wanted.
Right.
You got clicks.
Right.
But them clicks came in like, really? Are you serious right now? You know, so be careful what you wish for. I'll just put that out there.
This shit ain't cool, man. I've seen stuff to where we got to I was talking to the missus about this one day, and I don't know how we even got to this point. To the days to where we grew up in a space to where, you know, you don't lay your hands on a woman. Like I've seen it got to the point to where I'm seeing stuff to where like a woman's in a man's face, not striking him or something like that else. And this young generation hauls off and assaults a woman. I was at work, bro. And I witnessed this myself. I was at work one day. I was in the airport. I saw a young lady. She was sitting in one of the chairs waiting for the airline, you know, for her flight. And I saw a gentleman walk up, and he walks up to her. It was kind of like, you know, kind of snuck up on her, like and snatched her phone from her. I assumed at the time he might have been like the boyfriend that might have been like, all right, I suspected her of cheating, so I snatched the phone, so I'm about to read her text messages. That's what I read it as. No, that was not the case. She gets up, she walks out of my field of vision, and what I hear from a distance is, give me back my motherfucking phone. And the next thing I hear is a bunch of screaming and whatnot. And I talked to the TSA and the police who was down there a little bit after this. He proceeded to assault this woman inside of the airport terminal. It was a woman, allegedly, that stole several $1,000s from him. So I'm assuming he flew her out. She left that morning, I guess, after she stole his money, allegedly, and tried to fly out. I guess since he the one who flew her out, he the one bought a ticket. He purchased a ticket to get inside the terminal to do this. Right. And I say all that to say this. This is the world we're in. This gentleman in this video, you guys can look it up for yourself. And I'll put it in Not So Breaking News. Doing something that was cordial, gentleman-like, got out the car, and she sat in the car so she can get clicks. And then proceeded to give her whole breakdown. But y'all don't know this, y'all don't know that. This is where we at right now. This is where we at.
Okay.
You got a Not So Breaking News, man?
Yes, sir.
They are the worst.
Not so breaking news.
Has done it again. And he, being Mr. Tyler Perry, I don't know if people are paying attention. You know, he was trying to buy BET and all that went wrong. They pretty much did him wrong. So filmmaker and media mogul Tyler Perry has struck a new multi-year first look deal with Netflix that will see him write, direct, and produce features for the streamer. News of the creative partnership comes following Perry's pact with Amazon Studios. So he did that also in November of last year, in case you didn't know, to write, direct, and produce 4 features for Prime Video. Perry comes to it after working extensively with Netflix in recent years, including he has some coming out called 688 and Mea Culpa. So I point this out because I've been reading the book lately all about mindset. I'm big on mindset. I believe you can do a lot of things out there. You can learn about a lot of things, but if you don't teach yourself the right mindset to wake up to on an everyday basis, all of that doesn't matter. You can know it all. It's not going to work. Tyler Perry is one of those people that, you know, we had that big conversation about the whole Jay-Z thing, getting the money or sitting down with them, the chat over dinner or whatever. And I would love to sit down and talk with somebody for a good amount of time, like Tyler Perry, because his mind, you could tell it works in a totally different way. It never stops. It's what we call 10xing it. It's never accomplished. Once something is accomplished, it's on to the next thing. It's on to the next thing. So if you ever want to be successful in life, you know, celebrate your accomplishments, but don't celebrate them so much that you stay in that moment that now starts going back down. Move on to the next thing. Create the next goal. What's it going to be now? Tyler Perry's always doing that. You know, he's like, don't cry for me over the BET thing. I'm still building. I'm still out here. Oh, you guys don't want to make my movies? Oh, you guys want to take this cut? Hey, you want to see a good interview? Go check him out when he's being interviewed by Kevin Hart on a Heart to Heart joint. That is a really good interview with him. He really gets insightful during that thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's really.
Is that the one when they sitting in the like the
Yep,
little
winery type?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go check his episode with Kevin Hart and Tyler Perry, and he'll tell you. He talks about the mindset, and he goes into the fact of the way he got to the fact of creating what he has now with his own studios. Is how many times he was done wrong trying to go through the man. And you don't realize it in the beginning, but then all he was doing was learning and learning and learning and going, I got it.
So
I got the whole algorithm.
You know what I do?
Hold on.
Before you go, Earl, I'm glad you led with that, Earl. I mean, Dave. And this is, and I'm going to pass it over to you from there. This is a perfect lesson on supporting Black business. I'm going to tell you why. Tyler Perry should have owned BET.
Yep.
And VH1. And quote, this is what came from the Wall Street Journal. And this is from Paramount, who he was personing for. Mind you, they had bids anywhere approximately $2 billion to $3 billion. Quote, a sale wouldn't result in any meaningful deleveraging of our balance sheet. They were trying to offload this and sell this. What they did not expect was a Black man to be the one who was buying this.
Mm-hmm. He tried to up the price on him.
Exactly. So he was buying some, and then you can go through all the other stuff. I believe that you would have saw a difference in the whole BET brand and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
This black man was putting up billions of dollars to purchase this. And it was like, oh no, that's not going to change much for our value sheet on that. So they decided to pull out of the deal.
Yep.
So I want you guys all to think about, and I did over the hump today on AMP as it's closing down now. And I told a lot of people who's going from AMP in the beginning. Yes, while I was coming on AMP and bringing my shows to AMP, and no, I'm not dealing in billions of dollars. Hell, I'm not building in hundreds of $1,000s. But at the end of the day, it was a platform that I was using to help expand my own, which I own myself. So when we look at not wanting to support the brand of our own people, and then you see the opportunity of our people to do something big, this is why we want you to support it. Because this is what they are up against. They're trying to buy back our culture, really. And they decided, nah, we're not going to sell that back to you. Because we know if it had been the other person, they would have sold it. And they still would have perpetuated the same bullshit, the same hip hop awards and shit that we disliked for the last few years and everything else in between. That's been happening for the last 10 to 15 years. This is my personal opinion, but fuck them. Earl, you got it.
Now, I was just saying, like, I mean, the thing I like about Tyler Perry, you know, you may not agree with, you know, everything he puts out. You may not like it and things of that nature. But what he does is he makes stuff for, you know, his people. You know, he's not trying to fit into a lane. He's not trying to get accepted. And this is what I've been saying for the longest. I've said this in other episodes. Like, we want to get accepted by so many different people. You know what I'm saying? We want Grammy. We want Oscar. He don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all watch this Netflix series that came out a couple years ago. It's called Black as Fuck. Where
I watched it. Yep, I watched it. Yep.
And I actually like that. I actually like that series. I wish they came back. And there was an episode where he was on there with Tyler Perry, and Kenya Barris was like, yo, like, he's been doing stuff to kind of fit into, like, you know, this acceptance, you know, this lane of acceptance. And he was like, Tyler Perry was like, man, fuck that. He's like, I write shit for my people. It ain't for them to understand. This is for my people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I may not get the Oscars and stuff like that, but what I'm going to get is a consistency, and I'm gonna have my people. And this is why I own my my own studio, you know, and the biggest one, you know, to the point where Marvel and all, you know, and Hollywood is asking, you know, can I use your stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because he stays in his own lane. And I think that should be, if we learn anything, that should be the biggest lesson. It's like, yo, create your own lane. You know, if you're authentic, do what's authentic to you and to the people that you're serving, and stop trying to worry about getting accolades or just acceptance from folks that you ain't even making stuff for. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I appreciate. Like, I would love. So people keep saying, would I take that deal with that dinner with Jay-Z or the 500,000? Man, I'm gonna flip it. I would take that dinner with Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? And honestly speaking, it ain't even about the money. It's just like, I just want to hear this man speak, because he's the type of individual, when he speaks, you're gonna listen because of what he went through and the success that he acclaimed over the years. Like, he's worth a listen.
Yeah. This is something that it gets glossed over. As a military vet, man, Fort McPherson down in Atlanta was roughly about, I looked at it, was like 500 acres. And Tyler Perry has purchased roughly about 350 of those 500 acres. He bought a whole goddamn military base, bro. Now, there's parts of it they may be keeping from historical value and stuff like that. Now, think about how many of our black brothers and sisters have served in the military. How many of them reside down in that Atlanta area? Hell, two of us on the show right now. To my knowledge, we got two. We got our father and a grandfather who served in the military. This man purchased an entire military base and turned it into a production company that has some of our favorite films have created movies for. Marvel, they filmed a lot of that on his
Here's another thing. If you do right by Tyler, he'll do right by you.
Mm-hmm.
You will be in 50 million movies.
Right.
How many? I mean, and you know what I like about him too? Like, so even his studio, I think I want to say like 90 or 95% is of his employees are black.
Yeah.
Second thing is too, if I'm trying to come up, I'm gonna go talk to Tyler Perry because he is infamous for putting people on the big screen who you never heard of before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you can see like there's people who, I mean, you look at House of Pain, you look at Sisters, and you say what you want about it. Say what you want about the what's name. I don't think the acting is great, but let me explain something to you. I tune in and I watch it all the time. I don't know what it is, but I watch it. And I think also too, I like watching it because I like to see representation. So I watch it all the time. But a lot of those people aren't no big name characters. The biggest name character, in my opinion, is my man from Jason's Lyric.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. Everybody else is just they've gotten that acclaim and they became big because of that show. But outside of that, you wouldn't have known none of them people. You know, so like he's good for breaking new talent. You know, so it's like Tyler Perry, man. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Tyler Perry need to be up in there in that conversation of people. You know, they put Obama in there. Tyler Perry need to be in there because what he's done is crazy.
But see, that's the ones I'll disagree with you on that, Earl. Not because of anything. He's one of those ones. Like there are. We always hear about the billionaires in the world, but the ones that you hear about, you might hear of the Elon Musk type. You'll hear of course, in our culture, the Jay-Z, the Oprahs, and stuff like that. But there are billionaires that you never hear about. You never hear about them. And those are the ones who move the world. So the fact that Tyler Perry, he's not mentioned, but he's one of those billionaires who move the world. When I say you got those like Disney, aka Marvel, coming down to shoot shots and films on the lot that he purchased down there, that in itself lets you know what time it is. And the fact that he owns that.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. I don't care about moving the world. I just care about the impact that he has on black folks, and if and he's just an inspiration. Like there ain't too many people that we could look at. Let me not say that. We have enough, but he's absolutely at the top of that list when you talking about people that are influential. That like if you can't look at his story and get motivated, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he makes it a thing about like, yo, I'm promoting black. I'm giving opportunities to black. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get this money and change. Like, nah, I remember where I'm from. Like, I'm putting our people on. And I appreciate that because we don't have that. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling people in. And it's like, it's also teaching you like, yo, you need to bring your people with you. You know what I'm saying? Take care of them. You know what I mean? Teach them how. Like when you get something, you know, don't just go over there. Like, nah, bring them with you. You know, teach them. So like I said, he's different, bro. Like he's different, man. I appreciate Tyler Perry, man. He's a blessing.
He's that guy, man. He's that guy. Speaking of bringing your folks with you, the NBA season has started.
You got a
Predictions.
marathon going, ain't you?
Right,
We do.
bro.
We got so many, man. I know it went long tonight. We keep what it is.
Mhm.
The NBA season has started, and we're doing this on Wednesday rather. And I watched the first opening games, the initial night. It was Denver against the Lakers, and then I watched Golden State against the Phoenix Suns. And it's what I expected for the most part. We don't have to go too deep into it because I know we're going long on the show, but I know now we got Earl, we got some games going on tonight. Tonight, this is opening week, not opening night. But between last night's games and tonight's and the foregoing games, we got a lot of hype around Wembanyama out of San Antonio, what LA may do, the return, will Denver run it back, Milwaukee and such. Hey, what you guys got, man, for this NBA season, man?
I don't know, man. It's just too early to really. I mean, it's only game one. You know what I mean? They played yesterday. I can't say they were good games. I was just hyped that basketball was back. Today it was. I think that Knicks and Boston game was pretty good. The Atlanta game was pretty good. But other than that, it's the first week. Like I kind of wanted to see Wanyambi, whatever his name is, just see how he is. But other than that, I mean, I can't say who's going to be what the predictions are. All I know is, and I'll end with this: the Lakers can't sustain with this team that they have right now. They need to make some kind of trade and get some youth in there because they. LeBron is 38, about to be 39 in December. Nah, that's why I like, and I'm done after this. This is why I can't give him, when we talk about who's the best or who's the greatest, like it irks my soul when LeBron plays sometime because he's not aggressive. Like there's times where you need to take over the game and he don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, man, you ain't, please. You know what I'm saying? But they were down and then they was coming back. And I'm like, yo, bro, like this is a time where you don't got to pass the ball. Like, yo, the ball needs to be in your hand. Put your shoulders down and get to the lane. I mean, get to the hoop. But yeah, that's it. And with that, I am complete.
What you got, Dave?
I'll run through it real quick. On the east side, Eastern Conference, it's pretty much going to be the people that you already knew for us to talk about. The Bostons.
They look good today. I'm gonna hold you.
Yeah. I just think they're so deep in Milwaukee. I think they're going to be more of a question mark than anything because I know the Dame Lillard thing is in there, but I think people are really, really sleeping on the value of what Drew Holiday was.
Yeah.
And yes, Dame could put up those points and be clutch, but Drew could do it on both sides.
Facts.
And he was clutch.
Facts.
So while people think that that's an upgrade, I love Dame Lillard, but when you're swapping it out for both and your main player is still going to be Giannis, regardless of who's there, I think their starters are great, and I think it's going to be to the value of whatever their bench looks like as far as Milwaukee. Boston's deep.
Yes, they are. Pause.
Philly doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So I ain't even going to touch on them. Staying in the East, why Chicago? I'm a diehard Bulls fan. It didn't work. 3 years ago? It didn't work 2 years ago. It didn't work last year. And then you come back with the same fucking squad. The only thing that would have got me hyped if he was healthy was Lonzo Ball if he would have been there. And Lonzo just needs to retire. And that is not me hating. That is me looking out for you, bruh. It ain't right. You coming back and being in a healthy note is not healthy. You're not going to get to that point. I would just hang it up on that side of things. On the Western Conference, it's going to be a fight, man. Phoenix looked good the first night. And mind you, they were playing without Bill. So I like some of the pieces that they brought in. Denver, they're a chance. And they just showed you that.
They going back. They look dangerous.
That's what Denver is. Dallas, I still think they're a piece or two short to being where they need to be. So I can't put them up there. Clippers, you don't even know who the hell gonna be on the court every single night. So I really can't. That's been the last 3 years for them. And then they talking about trying to pull Harden in eventually. Does that seem like the right equation? I don't think so. And I mean, Golden State, I just think they're way too small. And they don't have the bodies out there and the depth to be able to go through what them playoffs is what going to ask for. I mean, yes, Steph is Steph. You can never count him out. Clay's always going to shoot, but and I really feel like Clay really from that last injury never came back the same because he hasn't been he can still shoot, but he was different. The dual player too. Like on that defensive side, he doesn't move that same way. Wiggins, hopefully, everything's straight with him. I think he's a very talented player. I'm definitely looking for Victor to be out there for the Spurs. And then the Lakers, the Lakers will make the playoffs, but I mean, I think honestly, to me, and at least for the last couple of years being with the Lakers, and I'll leave it here. Anthony Davis ain't that dude to me. He can't bring it every night, bro.
And they can't bring it every night. 3 years, 180 something. Wow.
I'm going to say this: the highest scoring game of the 21st century in regulation was the Houston Rockets 159 and the Washington Wizards 158 in October 30th of 2019. So roughly 5 years ago. These motherfuckers just lost to the Indiana Pacers 143-120 tonight. That's how I feel about the NBA season.
Jordan Peele.
Yo, what the hell, son? Like, I can't have nothing nice. My Nats ain't good. The Wizards look like they just gonna be just scoring mad points and losing. They gave up 143 points in regulation.
You got the Commanders, bro.
Fuck them right now. I watched the Golden State game, and I agree with you guys. They are too small. And the thing is, it's one thing to run that small ball when you are the most lethal team on the court and everybody knocking down threes. But then when you play other teams who got 7-footers who can hit them same threes,
like a
Phoenix, and I'm out on them because it looked good last night. But here's the thing: Bradley Beal did not play last night because he was fucking injured.
That is correct.
So I see Brooklyn Nets all over again. Say what you want. The only thing that was good about that game is that Kevin Durant showed up with a haircut for the first game of the season. The Denver Nuggets will more than likely end up in the conference championship, if not the finals again. The Lakers, they believe they are deep, but their whole season hinges on a 38, 39-year-old LeBron James. Because the other guy that they thought was going to be the face of the franchise, Mr. Glass, as they call him, he plays as light-skinned as Earl would say as possible. I watched that press conference when LeBron was like, hey, I played 29 minutes. I was 21, 8, and 5. No turnovers. I think that's pretty good. He pretty much said that, bruh, I was efficient.
Y'all ain't shit.
They were like a plus, if you want to go to the metrics of it, I think they were like a +7 or something weird like that when he was on the floor. They were like a -19 when he was off the floor. Anthony Davis ain't it, bro. He has not been it. That bubble championship don't count for shit. I mean, it does in the record books, but it doesn't count for shit. Because now he's going to cost them with having them a deeper team. But Austin Reeves and those guys, they aren't enough to get them across the top. Denver is going to walk through the West. Phoenix going to be there until somebody get hurt. Somebody going to bump knees, kick a pinky toe, something like that. Golden State, CP3 does not fit the Golden State system.
I don't even understand it. I don't even understand that.
You will probably see 12 State Farm commercials throughout the season with Chris Paul in it. He wants the championship. It ain't gonna work. And everybody's small. Draymond Green didn't play. And he'll probably end up fighting CP3 by the end of the season. Milwaukee paid $186 million to Giannis, which is great, but you got to hope that Dame stay healthy. Boston got a bunch of guys who get paid a lot of money that they all play like they don't know who's the dominant person in that role. So I won't be surprised who come out of that. And James Harden is trying to go back to Houston so he can say, I want to go back to Philly. So I can say, I want to go back to Atlanta. So I can say, I want to go play in the big three. That's how that's going to happen in Philly this year. All that being said, that's our NBA season predictions. That's all we got. Of course, this podcast won't be what it is, man. We hadn't taken our podcast, well, not our podcast, but our Xbox Live conversations, man, and brought them over to the podcast world for you guys to enjoy. We are 3 years in, 128 episodes and counting, not including all of our other stuff that we do in this case. And we appreciate you guys happening with us. Make sure you guys go in and subscribe to the Hot Seat Podcast Plus, where you can get all those exclusive perks, whether it be monthly merchandise, to being a potential contributor of the show as a producer, or even being selected to join us on the show as a guest. Shout out to everybody who has been supporting that so far. So, of course, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Sean Xavier. So much more. Actually, and I run that back. Actually, on Xbox Live at Sanatu for our Xbox Live ass speak. And I don't really have a video game corner except for the fact that my guy Dave called me. He didn't text me. He called me. Say, hey, man, City Skylines 2 is available to play. This is October 24th. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't get that email. He forwarded me the email. I said, oh, yeah, I'm about to download it on my laptop. Logged into my Xbox account. Started to download it. Only to realize that the laptop that I bought does not have enough fucking hard drive space. It's 56 gigs to download 6 City Skylines. My joint was like, you got to delete some stuff because you only got 14 gigs remaining on your laptop right now. So I still haven't played. I got to wait till, I think, December to play City Skylines 2. It's 56 gigs. Forza Horizon was like 110, something crazy. So I'm looking. Hopefully I get to that point. So yeah, that's all I got. So not 2X, man. What you got? What you got, Dave? I'm feeling so upset right now. I'm sorry.
The storyteller. Before I get into any video game stuff, big shout out to you, man. You had a hell of a show today for Over the Hump. That was on Ant Radio. If you didn't hear, Ant Radio will be shutting down after the 31st of October, but he will be moving his back over to his own platform, which is Exactly Radio, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. And then is it going to be both Over the Hump and Morning Hump?
So the Morning Hump will start this coming Monday. We'll be back with the Morning Hump at 6 a.m. And then Over the Hump will be coming in a couple of weeks as we complete the app build. So I'm building an app specifically for that. So I can try to get some of that engagement from them. But over the Morning Hump will be 6 a.m. Mondays, and then Over the Hump will be coming back on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. once everything gets cleared between the app and between the licensing for all the music. So yeah.
So yeah, big shout outs to you. Yeah, I mean, it was a great show, great run, and keep on running through your own. Going into the video game corner, I started playing Forza, and then I couldn't stop playing Forza. And to the point that I started buying cars and tuning them up and starting a race and winning races and then getting the points. And I said, damn, I gotta stop. So the wheel and pedals and everything that Sean sent me through Amazon that he's probably gonna be getting, I'll be getting something. I don't know if it's exactly that, but yeah, we're about to turn this thing into an arcade. And then lastly, and then lastly, I started playing on a game that I know some people know about, but I just started today to the point that I played the demo and then I just purchased it today. And if you know about it and haven't played it, it's 75% off right now. So you might want to go test it out. It's called the Quarry. It's an interactive game.
Yeah.
Kind of like a movie in a sense. Actually has Justice Smith in the game. So kind of fitting to the time of what we're talking about. But it's a really, really good suspenseful, kind of horror flickish type of game. If you're into the interactive, the Telltale series, all those. Like I love shoot. I forgot the name of the series I used to play.
You talking about I know what you're talking about a life. No, it's a life is Strange.
Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Life is Strange. Yeah, it gives you that type of feel. So I think I'm going to start getting more into those games all over again. Just playing something kind of off the grid than a regular sports game. So the Quarry, I started that up, and I'll let you know how it is. But so far, it's pretty awesome.
I'm with it, man. I enjoy it. Like I said, again, I enjoy these games and something. And yeah, that wheel that I saw, I found this was promoted by Forza, and this reactive wheel clutch and everything else is $350. The missus was like, I already got your Christmas gift. I was like, bet I'll buy it myself, and this what's coming to the house. I'm just saying. So yeah, it's an Icebox. Earl, you got anything for us? I don't know. Even he might have stepped away for the moment. I'm not really sure.
Earl says, shout out to Dwight Howard. Let's go. We'll leave it there.
So, of course, man, and of course, as always, man, we're still in football season. So Sundays, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch our live stream of our football talk show. If you have not experienced a football talk show, you are missing out. We cover everything from college to pro. Of course, we're going to talk more about this whole Michigan Jim Harbaugh situation, the letdown of our teams is, and the fact that we're going to see who's making trade, and the fact that the Commanders are going to still have Ron Rivera after week 8, even though they should get fired after, giving that game away to the Giants. But that's neither here nor there. I don't know. But yeah, that's Sundays at 9:30 a.m. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Join us, man. We out here, man. So for myself, Sean Xavier, the storyteller, Earl, who might step away for the moment, man, we appreciate you guys stepping in. And it'll be in the memo list. So if you guys are joining there, this is a poor advertisement. But for you guys watching, rocking with us so long there, make sure that you guys follow the link in the show notes for $35 off your first order with Instacart. So whether you're ordering groceries or you need that one thing in a house that you didn't have there, it's free delivery off your first order of $35, man. I mean, it's football season. You might want a late night snack, whatever you may need. Just hit them up. Follow the link in the show notes. Let them know the Hot Seat Podcast sent you, and we got you for free delivery on Instacart, man. So, again, man, it's the Hot Seat, man. We appreciate you guys. Yo, we're out.